Stepping into an expression undying road, we enter a world where Chinese and Russian fairy tales come to life through art.
I think fairy tales that despite with age, even though it is something that is considered for children because we do grow up on it, it's something that stays with us our whole life. It's the first stories that are told by our parents, by our grandparents, and stories that are passed down from generation to generation. My name is Elisabeth Anisimow, and welcome to my exhibition Under One Sky in Hangzhou.
Born in Los Angeles, Elisabeth grew up surrounded by Russian culture and European classical art. From a very young age, she began to use painting, costume, and the human body to construct virtual scenes, making real people appear as if they had stepped out of a canvas.
I first came to Hangzhou specifically about 2.5 years ago, and I was actually in CAA. I studied Chinese painting, and I was really interested in Chinese philosophy, the teachings, and in general also fairy tales, because I would walk every day back and forth across the West Lake, and I saw a lot about the white snake, so I decided to study the fairy tale of the white snake, and actually ended up creating a few sketches back then.
But how can Russian artists truly approach an ancient Chinese legend? It is never as simple as opening a browser and finding an answer with a few clicks.
It was really hard to actually find something that's not like Wikipedia. When going through Western, especially 2 years ago, going through Western like Google to find like good, credible accounts, especially when I was looking for a lot of more the old versions of fairy tales, because I found that the older versions of the fairy tales have a lot more details. And in some paintings they mention the color of the costumes, the hairstyle, more events. They're more illustrative. A really big help was in Russia. I went to one of the oldest libraries, and there was an old book from the Tsar's times that was brought from China with a lot of the traditional Chinese fairy tales, illustrated, also very old book. I couldn't even take it from the library. I had to go there every day and to read it.
In those ancient stories, she began to hear familiar echoes across Chinese and Russian cultures.
This is the other fairy tale, which I found to be in some ways similar. This is a traditional Russian fairy tale, also very, very ancient. The legend of the frog princess, the frog Tsarevna Legushka. Since I find this very interesting to make a series of paintings exploring how our cultures are similar and how we have this bridge between both of our cultures through our fairy tales.
Cultures can share familiar echoes, yet hold very different meanings.
And here I also chose to take two great symbols. The dragon, the Chinese dragon, it represents a lot of wisdom, and our dragon in Russia represents more like strength. We are similar but also different at the same time, and that even across time, even we have similar symbols, but each culture forms it a bit to their own, and I thought it was a really beautiful thing. I ended up coming to Under One Sky because I thought that even the one thing that has always stayed the same and will always stay the same is that we're all on the same planet. Despite being so far away, the sky never really changes where you go, and it connects all of us all across the world. Even though all our cultures are different, there is always one thing that never changes. Backgrounds that we all come from the same planet, and we all live under the same blue sky, and that we all are similar no matter what, because we are all human at the end of the day, and we are all together on one planet.